Should be live soon. There we go. Okay, make sure I have sound.
Oh, I should probably try to. Well, I'll click share when I get presented. That's fine.
All right. So I think we're live. So welcome everyone to JCPS Digital Learning Live. I'm Elaine Avanatha, a digital innovation leader here with JCPS, and I am excited today to learn more into Savvas. And I have these beautiful ladies who are going to join me. Will you please introduce yourself, Laura and Donna?
Hi, I'm Laura Mention, Customer Success Manager for JCPS.
And hi, I'm Donna Koss, and I am the educational consultant for the My Perspectives ELA 6 to 12 program.
Awesome. So Donna's going to be showing us a lot of things today, and if you are in the chat, just go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know where you're from, what school you're with, and any questions that you have, because there are lots of people that are here to support you and make sure that you are successful today in anything that we learn.
Well, let's not scare Donna because she's not going to be doing the presentation. She's just helping me out in the chat room. All right, so let me go ahead and share my desktop. Okay, tell me if I'm sharing it.
You are. It looks great.
All right. So let me go ahead and view the presentation and then turn on our closed caption. Okay, can you see the closed caption? Is it coming up?
Yes, we can.
All right, welcome to the afternoon training. We are here to discuss how teachers can log into Savvas, how teachers can import classes to Realize. We're going to discuss using Savvas and Google Classroom. We're going to review the student experience. And then, of course, last but not least, we're going to talk about support. We have 3 tiers of support. So we'll be here to support you in every way with your Savvas Realize experience. Our program is effective with in-person and remote learning. In this presentation, we'll have some links that will go out to video and some links that'll go out to web pages. They are embedded in the presentation and it will be shared at the end of the training. Okay, well, the first thing we're going to do is a teacher is going to go ahead and they're going to go to their Clever portal. The Clever portal will take the teacher to the Savvas EasyBridge icon. The Savvas EasyBridge icon is over here first, and then I just made it a little bigger. We do want to emphasize that we do not want you to bookmark the EasyBridge link. Always log in via the Clever portal. Once the teacher gets in, selects EasyBridge, they're going to come and they're going to see Savvas EasyBridge Plus. The very first thing they're going to want to do is go to Realize, click that, and then if they have not set up their Realize account, they have a couple screens that they have to go through. The very first one would be for the grade. So you would select your grade level, and then you would go ahead and select what programs you're going to be using. The programs, you could select your grade level, or you could select a grade level above or below. These can be taken off or on at a certain time. The select Realize account, you will have to come here. They want to know what your name is. If I were a teacher, I'd put Mrs. Mention so that the kids could see my last name and know that that's the class that they should be in. We're going to go ahead and they're going to select a profile icon, just something that matches your personality, and then go ahead and do a Realize image background that you'd want to see throughout the Realize web pages. When we're complete, we're going to say, let's go. I want to let you know that sometimes this takes a little while, so please be patient. You're going to go ahead and select I agree. to the license agreement, and then you're going to hit Let's Go. Again, please be patient. It's going to take a little time. You might see a little scrolling windows that go through. So once that's done, you're going to come to the Realize page. It will be the home page. And this is where we are going to be able to select two options to import the class. So our first option is classes, and our second option is going to the person icon on the right-hand side. Option 1, you would just select the classes and then go ahead and select Get Started. After those are selected, you're going to go ahead and import the classes from Google Classroom. Now we're going to review the option 2. Option 2 allows you to go ahead and go to the Pearson icon. Then you're going to go ahead and select Settings. And then it's going to take you to this page where we have 3 tabs. We want to go ahead and select Account, and then come down here and select Get Started. From the Get Started link, it's going to go ahead and come to an area on your page that wants you to select your school email account. Again, both options will take you to the same place, option 1 and option 2. So here we want to make sure that we are selecting your JCPS school email account, not your personal email account. So please make sure that you're doing that. Once you get done selecting your email, you will go ahead and select Allow. If you get a page that says, uh-oh, don't panic. Please don't panic. All we have to do is hit Disconnect. Again, we're going to just slow down, pick Disconnect, and on the next page, you'll hit Connect. Once we get here, this is where we're going to go ahead and select our classes. You will select Mr. Daniel's class, and then you will select your programs. Please remember that we're only going to select programs for that class right now. You're going to go ahead and if you have more than one program here, you will select one at a time and then go ahead and connect the class. Once you have connected, you see right here, it says connected. You're going to go ahead and click Finish and View Classes. It's possible that your classes might not show up here, but don't worry about that. We'll go to the I'd like to import later. And then once you select that, your classes are successfully imported, and they will be right here. We're going to get a display of the Google Chalkboard icon. And I told you before that we'll have some embedded videos. And once you get the slide presentation, you can go back and you can select this, and it'll take you through a video of actually someone going through each step. Some people are visual learners. I'm a very visual learner, so I thought I'd embed some of the visual learning. Here, we're just going through the step-by-step process, but sometimes you'd like to go back and see that. Donna, do we have any questions?
Not so far. Everything looks great.
All right, Donna, do you have anything that maybe I missed? I just want to make sure that we keep in mind that we can only add programs to one class at a time. I think I covered that, correct?
That is true. I just put something in the chat specific for My Perspectives that you don't want to forget that you also want to choose My Perspectives Plus.
Oh, well, that's a good, okay, thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to look at the Savvas and Google Classrooms if we don't have any other questions. I'm going to try to, go as slow as I can so people can stop and ask questions. I think last time we didn't have many takers. Maybe we need to, do some prizes or something so we can get people to start, asking some questions. All right, so we're going to review what are the benefits of having Savvas and Realize. One of the benefits is that any changes within our Savvas platform is going to be done via Infinite Campus. So if there is a new student, the Infinite Campus has that roster. It's going to go ahead and nightly uploads. It's going to go to Google Classroom. And from there, those rosters are synced to the Realize platform. When you are in the Realize platform, this is a screenshot of the Realize platform. You always want to assign your assignments within Realize. Realize is the system of record. We want to make sure that all assignments are being made in Realize. When you have a class and you want to assign an assignment, we want to go ahead and you can put in the title of the class, the start date, the due date. You can put instructions, and then over here, we'll come here, and most of the time, you'll probably select a class. But sometimes you just want to make an assignment to maybe one student or, 2 or 3 students. You would select, like I want to say if this was a Missy, if there was a Missy Smith in your class, you would type an M, and then you would find Smith, and then you would go ahead and assign. And those assignments would go out to those students individually. Again, you can go ahead and select the class itself. I just want to reiterate that this is a Realize page. This is not your Google Classroom page. You want to add the assignment to the class or add assignment to the individual students. I can't express enough that we have to be doing our assignments in the Realize page. Once the assignment is in, it's going to show up in your Google Classroom, and that usually takes around 30 seconds. Once a student finishes the assignment that you have assigned, you will see it. It comes over here, and you see that you have 75. And then the great thing is, as soon as a student is done, they will see it is finished, and they will see their score. Again, I want you to be aware that we do have videos. Once you get the presentation, you can come here and select that, and you can see that live. I want to review that the teachers have access to Realize reports. The Realize reports help track students' progress. You can see the grades within Google, and it goes into a much deeper dive than other reports that we have. Here is a class mastery by standard screenshot that we have. You also have where you have a class results by assignments. Donna, anything that you want to add to like the Realize reports? I know that you deal with them all the time. You know that how teachers utilize them. Any like tips and tricks?
I don't know about tips and tricks right now. I think once teachers start assigning things and see those data graphs start to populate, they'll see how easy they are to use. Everything is interactive. You can click right on the bars and get right to those reports that you were showing. And there's 4 different types of item analysis that you can use to really dig into that data and differentiate your instruction for your students. They're really pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Does anybody have questions? Do we have anybody that's viewing us?
You do, but we don't have any questions right now.
All right. I'm telling you, we need to, put out maybe some gift cards out there for questions.
I like it.
All right. We're going to go ahead and review the student experience. The student is going to go ahead, when they log in, they're going to go to the Google Classroom. Here, I have the link here, and also we have it embedded once you get the slide presentation. Oh, and they also can go through, and there's a waffle within the Google account. They can go through that also and select Google Classroom. Once they get to the Google Classroom window, they're going to go ahead and they're going to select Realize. This is an assignment that the teacher has assigned to them. So they go ahead and they select that. They're going to get a pop-up that says, "Take me there now." Please go to the black area and select "Take me there now." And then they will go through the same process that you did as a teacher. They have to go ahead and select their JCPS email account. If the student is on a device where they're sharing, we want to make sure that they select their name. They're going to select allow, giving Realize permission to access the Google account. Once they get to the Realize URL, you can see that there's an assignment here. You also see that, the start date, the due date. Right now, the student has not started this yet, but once they select on that, they are going to be able to go to the assignment. Once the student is done with the assignment, they will go ahead and they will select in the turn in all. They also can come and attach a file if there is that part of the assignment. Any questions on possibly the student logging in, going from Google, selecting the assignment, and then working within Realize?
I don't see any questions. The only other point I would say for the smoothest use of Google Classroom is make sure that your students accept your invitation to your Google Classroom before you start assigning, or your assignments might miss those students who have not accepted the invitation to be in your Google Classroom.
Yeah. So if you do have a student that is rostered from Google, your Infinite Campus, you want to make sure that if maybe possibly you started maybe in, let's see what today's March, maybe they start in April, they don't inherit the past assignments. So if you wanted to catch up, you would have to assign those individually. Okay, so I just wanted to come here to this page and show you that this is a test that they took, and you can see that it's completed. The student also has access to a summary, a score summary here, so they can see what they've done. So the student that we have on the page, 88%, 21 out of 24, and they can review their answers. One thing, once they get done here, and when they come here, they go ahead, they've attached it, they see the answers, and they come here, they can also see how it automatically shows up in the Google Classroom. So they can see in-depth reports here, and they can also be in the Google Classroom and see that they got 88 out of 100. All right, so we're going through this really quickly. I do want to, if you have questions, please ask. If there's none, we're going to go through support, and maybe when we go through the support options, it'll maybe bring up some other questions. Donna, do we have anything?
We do. A question just came in, and I'll still type my answer so it's there for the record. Juanita asked if the students have any functions or tools that will help them complete the assignment. And I was just about to type in there that it just depends on the program. I'm sure Chris can put in the chat also. Math has some really cool tools that the students have access to. I believe science also has some really neat tools that they get to use. So again, that just depends on the program. What kinds of, there's just lots of neat things that take the place of manipulatives so that they can do them digitally. And with COVID going on, how awesome is that the kids don't need to actually touch manipulatives, that there are things built into some of these programs that they can still have that experience.
Yeah, I would have to piggyback on that and say we have interactive PDFs that allow you to assign a PDF to each individual student, and those individual students will be able to go ahead and within the program on the computer, they can answer, they can comment, annotate, and then turn it in within the Realize platform.
Yeah, I'll jump on there. I mean, we pretty much all have an e-text, and the e-text features are the same regardless of the program, that you do exactly have those things. You have a highlighting tool, 4 different colors, 3 different shapes, an underline, a regular highlight, and a circle feature, and an interactive notebook, digital notebook that they can use, that they can just type right into. So those are common across all programs as part of the Realize Reader.
Yeah, I don't know. And Donna, would you want to talk about how you can go ahead and start like a discussion? I think that would be considered a tool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would agree. There is a discussion board that's built into Realize that you can find under your classes tab. And those are really cool because teachers can create their own discussion, and whether you want it to be directly related to your compelling question, or you just want to do something on your own, something related to school or current events, it's just really awesome that the kids have a way to dialogue. It's great for asynchronous learning, and the teacher has the ability to monitor the discussion, and if anything were inappropriate, the teacher can remove a comment. If a student realizes, oops, I didn't want to say that, they can take their comment down on their own. So it's really awesome that it's all right there as part of the program. So you don't have to use a separate website to try to have an online discussion with your students.
All right, Chris, I don't know if Chris is online or if he's just talking, just manning the chat, but do you have anything to add, Chris?
He appears to just be manning the chat. I don't think.
All right. Okay. That's fine. I didn't know. All right. So that was a great question. I so appreciate you asking that, because we can, there's so much we can do by just showing what needs to be done to get set up. But the questions that you ask, it gives an insight to what the Realize program can do. So thank you so much for asking the question. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about support. We have our Savvas support, and within the Savvas Realize pages, we have a question mark. The question mark here gives us 4 areas for us to support you within the program. The first one is help for this page. The help for this page is going to go ahead and just tell us, maybe we're on the browse window. It's going to tell us, what you do within that page itself. And it's a search tool. It'll come up on the bar on the right-hand side. And later on, I'm hoping that we can show that to you so it's more clear and visual to you. But you can go there. The program training link is awesome. It's one of our best features that takes you out to the Savvas Learning website. And again, we have our links here. When you get the slideshow, you're going to be able to link to it. And hopefully, once given time, we're going to be able to go to that. But this is a place for 24/7 training. You can go ahead and you have on-demand training. You can go ahead and start a video and you can watch it all the way through. And it gives you tons and tons of information. And once we get there, you'll realize that this is the best place to be. The technical support page takes you out to many different places, and I'm only going to highlight a couple places that I think that you may feel is very beneficial. First of all, we have the technical page, and again, we have a link. So when you get the slide deck, you can go there. This here, you have the Savvas technical support forms. This is where if you didn't want to go ahead and reach out to the Savvas team or the JCPS team, you can go ahead and do the Savvas technical support forms. And let's go to the next page. This page is within that support form. You can go ahead and do searches. The Google Classroom and EasyBridge help page just goes through a lot of the frequently asked questions that teachers have. Obviously, we've already gone through the account linking in the very beginning. We've reviewed some of the assignments. You can go ahead and review again the Google Classroom setup steps. We've reviewed that. There's Google Features, Realize Reader if you wanted to look on that, and sync issues. The next page that I'm going to highlight, this page is very, very informative, very, very busy, and we have a lot of things to go to. I want to highlight a couple areas down here first before I go to the area up here. What's new? We've added a lot of new things, the Mosaic Digital Learning Library. This library has over 80,000 curated standards that's aligned learning about objects, the core subject, the K-12, including games and SEL resources. I also want to quickly highlight the interactive PDF assignments that we just talked about. When the teacher assigns a PDF activity, each student again receives the individual copy of the PDF, and it enables the students to interact with the assignments. These other areas, we can go ahead and the featured topics, we can search the program for content. It shows you how to do that, how to access shared assessments. But what I really want to do is highlight the top part here, the programs, classes, assignments, data, and support. I really think this is an area that is going to benefit you by going ahead and reviewing. The very first link is the programs link. And you can see that we have a lot of area here. What I want to do is highlight the add more programs area. I told you in the beginning that you can add your programs here. If you wanted to add more programs to the Realize platform, you would just go ahead and add something. Maybe your teacher in the next room said, oh, I like the My View program, and you didn't do that in the beginning when you set up. You can come here and click the Add More Programs, and it's a step-by-step instructions on how to do that. So here we can learn how to add and remove. In the classes area, you see we have overview of classes and students. And I guess we already talked about the discussions area that Donna highlighted, so we don't have to go through review that. That was something that I was going to go ahead and highlight. We have the class calendar. The class calendar will show you in a calendar view what assignments are due. So if you wanted to learn how to do that, you can go there. The other area, we have assignments. Maybe you want to, assistance in reviewing the overall assignment status for your classes and individual students. You can view the assignment scores, students, and comments in the activities by just going here and selecting view. It'll walk you through that process. The data area, you can go ahead and find, maybe go to the view score data. This is an additional performance analysis. It's available to you and select the test, the scores, and the section of the class results by assignments from the performance analyst data. So here we can go ahead and, Donna, spoke to how you can go through and look at the data, but we can go down and go deeper dive in each area. Also, I want to highlight that you can export your data, and you can, if you wanted to, maybe possibly manipulate the data in an Excel sheet. This will teach you and show you how to do that. We already reviewed the support documents, so I'm going to skip that. Any questions on maybe those pages at all? Does anybody want more in depth? Do you want me to go out to that web pages and look at things, or should we just move on to the Realize YouTube?
So far, there's nothing new since Juanita's last question.
So Donna, you go through this a lot. Is there an area that you would like to highlight that you go to a lot, even though you are, Partnership Plus coach? Is there areas here that you may still go to get some information?
I always like to tell teachers during trainings, there's just so much to show them, and I know they're going to forget 90% of what I show them. And I like to make sure they know where that page is so that they always have a reference to go back and remember the kinds of things that we went over, like, how to assign. Because it seems so easy when you showed me, but then when you try to do it yourself, of course you forget some of the nuances of how to do that. And so this page covers it all with those little step-by-step screenshot tutorials. It's just a really awesome resource to make sure that you remember is there.
I agree. All right, we have our Realize YouTube channel. You guys are familiar with the YouTube channels. We have our own. We go ahead and we put all of our videos on here, and you can go ahead and you can search up here. So one example that I like to go ahead and do, maybe you wanted to learn about the early learning theme. We have a default theme for the students that are 2 through 12, and then we have a default learning early learning theme that's K to 2. It's K to 2, right, Donna? Or is it K to 1?
Officially, you're going to find the option to use the early learning theme all through every program, through K to 12. It's geared definitely towards K to 2.
Right. Yeah. All right. And then what I want to do we have any questions on maybe the YouTube channel? I think YouTube says it all.
No, nothing new.
Okay. All right. So we're going to review the awesome JCPS support. I love JCPS support. I work with Steve and Nikki closely, and they do a very good job of supporting your district. You have your JCPS digital learning channel. You guys probably know how to do that. I just wanted to highlight and have you know that it's there. We have had our JCPS Partnership Plus coaches on there often, and they have gone in and taught you such things as playlists. Donna, I think you did one on yours. You want to go ahead and just review what maybe you reviewed on one of your Partnership Plus digital learning channel?
Sure, but you're testing my memory.
Well, we can always look it up.
I know I did just kind of a getting started, kind of like you're doing with just getting your account up and running. I did a getting started with Realize and highlighted some of the more important places to go to get up and running and assigning. I know for sure I did one that I called Ayúdame, to highlight all of the Spanish resources that are in my perspectives at the various grade levels. I dedicated one just to playlists and how to make them, as well as how to customize things like those, the downloadable, editable tests that we have in my perspectives that teachers may want to change the questions around or change the number of distractors. So I have one devoted towards that. Those are the 3 that are jumping out.
Well, I hope that if we talked about it, maybe somebody will be interested in it and go out there, search for it on the digital learning channel and watch it.
Yeah, let's hope so.
All right, so JCPS has created a video to teach you how to create a ticket. This link here will take you to it, and all you have to do is select the play button. It's going to take you through a step-by-step process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all you have to do is submit. We also have the JCPS team has created a document, possibly getting started with the Savvas guides and resources. It has a link for getting started on Savvas Realize video. We have how teachers will add assignments in Savvas Realize, and it gives you a link to the Savvas digital learning channel where there's many, many helpful resources. The submitting a ticket, you can go to jcps.me/ticket. And also, if you wanted a live chat or video conferencing, you can go to jcps.me/help. Last but not least, I can't say enough about our Partnership Plus coaches, and you are very lucky to have them. I want to go ahead and discuss that Donna is one of those, and obviously through this discussion, you know how valuable she is. They're there to support the teachers in your implementation. They're there to support and assist with the fidelity of all of our programs. What they have done is they've gone out and they've created a Padlet. This Padlet is for your district and each of our areas that we have. So math, ELA, science, and social studies. We have a link right here to the Padlet, and after we get through a little bit of this, I'm hoping that Donna and I can review the Padlet and go and highlight some of these areas. Within the Padlet, there's flyers. Each one of our Partnership Plus coaches have their own flyer. You can come in here. They have the times that they're available. They also, you can go ahead and go office hours. Some of them have places that you can go ahead and sign up for calendar dates. I want to show you that here's the email links. I want you to utilize the Partnership Plus coaches. They're there to help you with every step of this process. Donna knows how to go ahead and, have teachers log in. She knows how to students to log in. She knows the curriculum. She knows how to guide you through the steps and the processes. Donna, I am going to go ahead, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to pop back to this link, and I would like to go to some of the areas of the Padlet. Since you are our guest Partnership Plus, I'd like maybe possibly for you to maybe guide me through yours. Is there an area that you would want me to go ahead and highlight?
Well, sure. You'll see right away, all of us across the top, the first thing you're going to see are our flyers. And I'll point out again, go to whichever subject and grade level you need, and you're going to find our contact information on our flyer. And then you'll be able to get you more targeted help for whatever you or your teachers need. But in my column, what I did was put some general My Perspectives resources. And then I followed that up with how to make playlists, because we know that My Perspectives is being used as a resource, and you may not be using it, each unit from point A to point B going all the way through. So you might want to pick out certain pieces and put them in a playlist. So that's what that little handout is for. And then also I put the document on how to edit documents so that you can make things your own. So those were some of the highlights. I'll have to give a shout out to teachers at Ramsey Middle School that I worked with earlier in the year. And I put these on the Padlet because that was what they were most interested in. All the way to the right, I also put in just some general Realize resources. Again, it's about the e-text is the first one, and then a general how to use playlists and how to create playlists that isn't program specific. And again, the Realize platform, all of our programs live there. So in general, they all operate the same way. So I kind of did a little double dipping there by putting the playlist in both the Realize resources as well as My Perspectives.
Right. So how are we visually? For some reason, I am looking on my iPad and it looks like we're behind a little on the video and the audio. Is that true? Can anybody answer that on the chat?
There's a little bit of a delay normally. So
okay,
yes.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Just want to know. Okay, so there's another area I wanted to highlight for the Math 5K. We have the K5 Padlet just for you. Click here. I think this is a pretty neat Padlet. You can see that there's a K5 Envision Math Support JCPS. Linda has gone out to the grade kindergarten, Unit 1 alignment. Oops, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Donna, you might be able to explain this a little better than I would when you're talking about the alignments. We basically have the standards, the corresponding lessons, and some planning notes. And the Partnership Plus coaches can do this for all of our programs.
Yeah, we all worked with the instructional leads in each different area and grade, those grade bands that we're supporting. And I know that Linda in particular worked very closely with her instructional lead and got very specific with down to the lesson. I believe Bernita and Robin did the same for the
yes.
My View and Ready Gen, and you'll see those alignments on there. Others of us don't have our alignments on there just because at this point the instructional leads didn't want us to share them out. But of course, if you want some support from Kelly, Chris, and I are supporting the 6 to 12 science, math, and English language arts. We know our programs very well, and if you're looking for particular things that support your standards, we're going to be able to help you with that.
Right. Yes, this Padlet is very informative. It takes a little time to get through. Obviously, there's a lot of data here. Do we have any questions about the Padlet? Last time we had to, I don't know if, Elaine, if you could put that Padlet in the link, just in case somebody wanted to get to it, if they're trying to get it to it before we share the presentation. But the Padlet is padlet.com/Chris Peterson 3/Savvas JCPS, and the password is
Teachers Rock.
Teachers Rock. I was going to say Savvas Rocks, but yeah, Teachers Rocks.
As of right now, I do not see any new questions.
All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the presentation. And what I'd like to do is let's highlight our. I know I'm probably going too fast here, but I'd like to go back to my Savvas training website. I'm gonna hopefully wait for this to catch up a little. Again, this is our 24/7. You can watch on-demand videos on all of our programs. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the link. I'm waiting for that. All right, so on the Realize Virtual Workshops, you can go in here and savvastraining.com. You can come in here, you can sign in. If you don't have an account, we want to go ahead and create an account. This create your account, you can put any username, any password. So you go ahead and create an account, follow the step-by-step process. And then when you have it, I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And you'll see that there's all the programs. You can see our customer welcome packet. You can take a tour. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just type in Envision. And you'll see that we have our Envision products. If I wanted to look for my view, we go my view, and it's going to show you the my view literacy. If I wanted Elevate Science, obviously you get the picture from here. But so what I would like to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to select, I'm just going to go back to Envision Math because I know a lot of our teachers are using that. And I'm going to go to Common Core. And you're going to get where you have jump right in. You just start to learn about the overall features, all of these little tabs. What I like to do is I like to go to the very bottom and I like to go to View All Training. Once you select the View All Training, you see that there is an overview. There's that overview tab. It's going to tell you about the program. And then here is the best. It's on-demand training. So anytime that maybe you're, stuck, or maybe you want to learn more, you want to dive into the program more and learn how to use it, we can go here. We have tutorials and we also have handouts. So maybe you're visual, or maybe you just want the hands-on handout to, review. Go here. They have, I want to say, let's get Explore, Hot Topic, Problem-Based Learning. You can go in and you can learn about the progress monitoring and go into a deeper dive. And then possibly you want to go to the next steps and use our math tools. We also have additional resources, the Adaptive Practice powered by Newton, and some Spanish programs. Donna, since we're here, do you want to highlight anything with your programs that you are do with your 6 through 8 ELA?
Oh boy, there's so much.
Well, here we have a captive audience.
Yeah, I would say something that I like to tell teachers to do when you search, go ahead and search my perspectives. It's all one word. Sometimes that becomes important with a space and it won't get you where you want to go. Now, see, I always go back to the home page.
You want to go back here?
Yeah, go all programs and then maybe try it again.
Okay, we're there.
Oh, no, you got here. Okay, great. I do exactly like you did. This dashboard is great and it has the most teacher viewed kind of things that we think you're most interested in, but I also like to go to the view all training. I just think it's easier to see it all in a list. Some awesome things, if you want to scroll down, of course, you've got those same videos to get acclimated to the program. Those recorded webinars are awesome if you have the time, broken down into those chunks, but they're 15 minutes to 30 minutes each, but they're pretty targeted for what you might be looking for. But as you continue down the list, you'll see there's special help for assessments, and then it gets into the different aspects of my perspective with whole group versus small group and independent learning. One thing we point out in our training is that unit concept board, which we've also given you some ideas of how you can do that virtually. But more importantly, take a look at that. So when you're back in school, it'll be so awesome to put up a real bulletin board again, right? Something you found so menial. But if you're good with Padlets or Google Slides, or there's definitely great ways to do a concept bulletin board virtually. So we like to point that out, that's there. But if you'll go back, underneath that are all of your planning guides, your curriculum maps, your scope and sequence, all the planning tools that you could use. And those should download as a Word document, so you can really edit them and make them your own. But you'll see a day-by-day suggestion of what you can do with my perspectives. And again, everything is standards aligned. So you know that all the different things that you're going to pull out of there are going to be useful. We also have our trade book novels list, and on my perspectives plus, that very last one in that section, we've got boatloads. I can't ever come up with the number, but the digital library is immense. And just to go through here and know that you have access to all of these digital titles, that students can read any of these on their own. Just pretty awesome to have that digital library available. So we have this handy list so that you can see all of the digital titles that we have available to use with your students.
All right. So that was awesome, Donna. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think we've gone through a lot. Is there any questions that are going in there?
Still no new questions.
No questions. Well, I think maybe we need to give a special prize to Juanita, huh?
Yeah. Look at her getting in there and asking us.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully Juanita and everybody else that is watching has learned a lot. If you guys have any questions, I want you to make sure that you go ahead and contact us. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to escape out of here. And what I want to do is at the very end, I want to put up our Partnership Plus email addresses just in case that you wanted to write that down, screen capture, or wait till the end. I know, Elaine, would you want to go ahead and input the slide link?
Sure, of course. Be happy to. It is going to.
Do you have any questions for us, Elaine?
I don't. Just to remind, that's not it. If anybody does need to revisit this, it's going to be recorded, of course, and you can find it on demand on the channel, as well as we have you guys back. So you're coming back tomorrow through Friday again, and so make sure you let a friend know or a fellow coworker, let them know that they too can jump in as well and learn from these awesome people.
And we have other people that are going to jump on and help with the partnership coaches. So you might get a different outlook tomorrow, and maybe you will be reviewing science, or maybe you will be reviewing math. Donna did a very awesome job on outlining what she can show you within the program of my perspectives. So please reach out to Donna.
All right, so that is going to be in the chat right here. It took me a second. It was showing up super long, and I thought that's not the right one.
Okay, I stopped sharing.
Okay, well, thank you again.
All right, well, just know that, we're here to support you. Obviously, the support is what's going to get you through all your questions. We have our pages, we have personal contacts, and obviously your wonderful JCPS team that you have.
All right, well, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
Bye.